Hello and welcome. It is the 17th day of December 2020, yet another video. This is Silver, and we're going to go over trendline analysis mainly and take a look at how a market can continue a very solid uptrend while its rate of descent, its rate of, no, let me stop that. While its rate of ascent maintains its pace, yet it's able to hold in a breakdown situation extremely well to keep that rate of ascent going. Okay. I'm not going to, a lot of times I'll start it that way and I'm going to change it. No, I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to continue on going. A beautiful uptrend, break it right now up to the previous resistance high. So now test of resistance. Now what question mark situation? If it's going to be support, we're probably looking down about 25. So that's a loss of $1, a bit more. And as I've been saying before, I wouldn't be surprised in thinking this will be about 27 and change around Christmas. So really next key level will be about 27 and change, 27 and a half or so. But what I want to go over is trendline analysis, because this was a beautiful break. And I'm talking about this little run here. I need more periods to take a look at it. And we're going to use it within the hour. And just take a look at just a few interesting things that I've been able to come across within this market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push a print screen, and I'm going to even give you a spoiler to show you. When I did a video before about trendline analysis. I'm going to do the exact same exercise within this. Or do I do the 15-minute chart for this? Maybe. I think that's what I did before. Yeah, I need the 15. I'm like, that didn't look like what I did in my first one. This one looks more right. So therefore, I'm going to push the print screen button, and I'm then going to go over to MS Paint. And this is the spoiler image to what I already did. I'm just going to do it again. Let's try to get it in. There we go. So what I do is I draw a trend line, the original trend. Something. This is different than I had before. You know, let's do this then. Well, you know what? Before we do that, let's just redo this. I'm just going to keep pushing. What am I going to do if okay, Control Z. I'll move it like this. Control Z on the typewriter is what I used to delete drawings. So this is what I started with before. How did I not get the exact same image? I want to take a look at both trends now, because what I wanted to talk about first when I did this was what I just showed, that trend line breaking that something. Oh my goodness, if silver breaks that resistance line, it's going to be crazy. But what I did was I originally just did this. That's all I did was make one trend line. And then what the spoiler is what happened when I take this, and I'm just going to draw a line over the first one that I did, and that gives me the exact same rate of ascent. Now I can take the mouse and move it as I need to and such. And as I can see in here, that this was the trend that it was trading on the 15th day. It ended up breaking it through time in here. What I do is I'll copy and paste this little area here. I'll just copy that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, where's my paste button? I have to move it again a bit more, I think. Yep. Although I know the I actually know the shortcut to paste, but no, I got to do it again. Let me just resize this a bit. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I'll redo it again, what I was doing before, so you can see. In fact, I'll even just show you what I'm doing in here. So I'll take this button here, and I'll just highlight a little area and push copy, and then I'll paste. You can see it comes up here so I can move it. And I want to move it so that the top line matches the bottom one. So let me just go like this so you can see better. So I'm going to match it on the bottom end, and that's it for now. Then what I can do is I can, I'm going to move this back up just because it's just so it's easier for you to see. I just wanted to make sure you could see the most of what we need to on the screen. So then I'm going to do this thing about just drawing over one of these two lines, and I can try to make it as I mean, that's pretty much exact right there. Then I'll just move it over to match this line pretty much exactly. And then that would give me the rate of ascent. And that doesn't look, it looks a little close, but as we can see though, it was an area after leaving this going through time. It supported this line, then it resisted the previous support, supporting it again, resisting it, supporting it. Then it broke out back to that new level, so regained that previous area trend. However, it lost it relatively quickly, supporting it, but then it broke down again. So it still has my clipboard, the last thing that I pasted. This mouse is not, let me just make it a bit, no, it'll work. So I'm going to paste this again below so that this black line, whatever color you use, but I use black here, but this black line matches the, of course, where the other one is. And I'm just done a little bit. Don't know why I'm trying to be so perfect on that line, but again, of course, this line hit the next one below that too. But it's interesting how oftentimes when in markets within trend lines, when I do the analysis, I'm going to recopy. This is just not working well. Make it a bigger. So I just needed a bigger piece, just a thing for me to copy and paste from. And of course, this ends up hitting with that bottom line very well, but not as well. The first one it worked better. So even still, I get the same sort of result analysis. And well, how could you use this? How long is the trend going to last? Is it able to break a level of resistance and have a skyrocket high move? And when it's been breaking levels of resistance, I mean, it did so here. Not really. It had an opportunity where it was showing strength. You can see it was going well above the 18 highs, and but it also shows the holding of each level. It gives you areas where maybe you look to buy and sell, so different things like that. Okay, so back to this, because I want to get that trend, this trend line in here. Okay, I'll get to that back in a second. This to me is just basic technical analysis. And I'm going to redo the range. I mean, it was a very tight range that I originally did. Thus, you're going to get many layers that you can oftentimes hit, which could be something you might want to consider when you're doing very short-term trading. Or even short-term trading is the trend line that I'd be showing you, you'd be trading many intervals shorter than such. I could possibly go with this as support. I mean, technically speaking, no, I don't like that. I'm leaning between that and that, even though it's only hit this one once. Maybe both. You can see if this one breaks down, maybe this area becomes support. Different ways you could do it. And actually, I think that would be one of my target areas, just if I was to be trading something like this. It's in a clear-cut, outstanding, nice, decent rate of ascent. We can see here on this line that's basically 24. The date on this is the 15th, and today is the 17th. So it's a 2-day run thus far. the gain 25 or 24 to 26, nicely over 2. That's about 10%, which is a standard prototypical couple 3-day kind of gain. That's relatively very good, a very good one, of course. But if it's not even attempting it right now. If it's able to first, that's why, because it's got a long ways to go, get up to this level. I mean, it's going to be an area you'd be looking for as resistance. And uptrend lines are so much more difficult to take out, like video game type of challenge or just game theory, to make things tougher. And that it's increasing. It's a rate of ascent. You got to go up an X% just to stay with the line, compared to a horizontal one where the number's always the same when you're talking about key support and resistance lines that are not in up or down trends. So if you ever break a major, this would be in a trend like this, I think would be considered major, a resistance line to the upside, you have the opportunity. I mean, a lot of them can just fail. Failing in the sense of, let me just give you an example. Maybe the market's, I'll redo it again. No, okay, well, basically it goes up. It's so hard to tell where my mouse is when I'm trying to draw in paint. But if it goes up above the line and then you get something like this and then boom, back in that. That's basically what I'm talking about. You get above the line, maybe it spends 1, 2, 3 periods there, and then it has a really decent fall down, which then brings it well below that trend line that it broke above, back into its previous range, probably coming back to an area or a couple areas of previous resistance. And then it's just probably not going to break it anytime soon. But when it has a clear good break above it, what's going to happen is it's just going to fly high sky kind of deal, and you're going to see like moves like they're just going to drive you, wow, bonkers crazy. To the point where my 27.5 level for the price of silver within the next week or so is just probably going to get blown out of the water, possibly. You could be seeing like 27, 28, 33 kind of deal, like it's like wow. And you get that in situations like this when they occur. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.